Good morning, everybody. It is the day before Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of you moms, stepmoms, animal moms, any type of mom out there. Make sure you go ahead and celebrate yourself today or tomorrow. So for today, what we are going to do is we are actually going to take my mom, which we usually do for the past few years, to a local greenhouse that we have here, and we usually get her flowers. We usually get ourselves flowers. But this year we also wanted to take you along because we're going to be getting all of our vegetable plants for our vegetable gardens this year. So I'm super excited about that. I have my list ready to go, so I'm very excited. So the first greenhouse that we're going to be going to is a local Amish greenhouse. I will try my best to get videos of the kind of flowers and vegetable plants that they have there, but also respecting the Amish and not getting them in any of the videos either. And then we're also going to be going to another greenhouse somewhat local to us. It's probably about 20-25 minutes away maybe. It is called the Mount Vision Greenhouse. It is also a place that we have never been before. So we are looking forward to it. From what they have seen on their Facebook pages, they have a lot of good stuff. As you guys have maybe seen in one of my previous videos, I am interested in getting blueberry bushes this year. So we did go to our Lowe's yesterday, and they do have a blueberry bush that I am interested in. But I want to check out the greenhouses first to see what they have to support them. But if they don't have anything at all, or depending on the pricing, depending on the variety, we may just go back to Lowe's. So we'll see. But I'll keep you up to date on that. So again, I just wanted to take you along, and because this is the best time of the year. I absolutely love it. This is second to my favorite time of year. So yeah, let's go. right, so we just got done with greenhouse number 1 and we are headed to the next one. Good morning, everybody. So it has been a couple days since we had been to the greenhouses. And again, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. So what I wanted to do is kind of go over everything that we had gotten at the greenhouses. As mentioned earlier, we went to an Amish greenhouse, and then we went to a other greenhouse in Mount Vision, New York. It's called the Mount Vision Garden Center. and I'll go ahead and show you what we got and where we got them from. So first things first, I'm actually going to start with my husband's pick. His flowers are gorgeous compared to mine. Mine seem kind of like, meh, you know, but he definitely goes way out of his way for flowers. He loves the colors of them. He did a really good job. So first of all, let me go ahead and show you these. This one is a French quarter. And these ones, I believe, he got at the Mount Vision greenhouse. So he got this one, and then he got this one. And I'm not going to go ahead and try to say these names because I definitely will not be able to get them right. This one is a Trusty Rusty. That's funny. All right, and this one is the same. So those are his. And then he got a huge flat that I'll bring you closer to see. These are all of his. Aren't they gorgeous? He's got some petunias. This is like almost like a black, well, it is black, but like the feel of it is like almost a velvet. It is so cute. So he's got a bunch of petunias here. He has another one of these. And this flat that he got here, we got at the Amish greenhouse. These ones are my absolute favorite. Look at how gorgeous these are. They are so nice. They are called Crazy Tunias, black and white petunias. Super cute. And then he's also got a few of these. Super cute. He's got these reddish orange ones, pink ones, these yellow ones over here. So he did a really great job. Kudos to Gordon. He definitely knows how to make things look amazing. All right, so again, these down here, he got at the Mount Vision Garden Center, and this flat of petunias and other varieties he got from the Amish greenhouse. So let me go ahead and bring you down to my stuff. All right, so some of the things that we had gotten was a ton of marigolds. Aren't they so pretty? These I got from the Amish greenhouse as well. So I've gotten a few of those. These ones are bigger ones of the marigolds. These things get huge. Look how big it is already. And as you can see in the photo, like, these things get big. I'm excited for them. They'll probably go, most of these will go in my garden area for around my vegetables. So we definitely got a couple of those. We got an orange, a couple of yellow ones actually. All right, and then I also got these two petunias. These are what I'm going to be mixing up in my my hanging baskets I'm going to be putting on the barn. So we got those, and then in the center, I actually wanted to do these. Aren't they beautiful? All right. Again, not going to say the name, but this is the variety. So I think that'll look gorgeous hanging down there, because where I have my hanging baskets, they sit up very high because we have a pretty tall barn. So I think it'll be beautiful. All right, so these ones I had gotten every year. They are called New Day Tiger Mix. This is what they'll look like. Isn't that gorgeous? So none of them have bloomed yet, but I'll show you kind of what they look like. This is what they look like right now. They're getting close to blooming, but not quite yet. I got a couple of those. Those will look pretty. All right, so those are those ones. Let me go ahead and move everything back over. We got quite a bit of stuff. I was super excited. And then last night, I had everything out on our porch when we got home, so it stayed out overnight. And then last night, there was a chance of a frost, so I'm like, what am I going to do with all of these plants? So I had to bring them inside, and they also needed to be watered. And so I'm like, this is a perfect idea. I'm going to put them in the bathtub and use the shower head and water them. It worked out great. I'm sure other people have known to do that, but not me. All right. Let's just get the elephant out of the room. I finally found some blueberry bushes, and look at how huge they are already. I'll bring you closer when we get closer over there, but they already have blueberries on them. Like, I am so excited. They were a little bit more expensive than the ones that I had found at Lowe's. Lowe's was probably like this big, but they didn't have blueberries on them yet, and it probably would have been another couple years before they did, but these are like already ready to go. I'm super excited to find these. All right, so let's finish off the flowers. I had gotten a bunch of these. These are impatiens. So here are what those are going to look like. Isn't that beautiful? So I got these beautiful pink ones. Those are super nice. I got these orange looking ones. These ones are, again, not going to say the name, but here you go. We got a few of these. More impatiens. More of those other ones. Again, looking good. I'm excited to plant these. This one doesn't have a tag on it, but it looks like the Super Olympia mix that I had here. All right, so these ones I've never planted before, and I am very excited to. As you can see, they have little blooms starting. But this is a Aloha Blue. Here's the name of it. And it says that it gets 5 to 6 inches high, spacing 9 inches, provides an abundance of brightly colored blooms all season long. And that's what I like, because sometimes in like the springtime, you'll get like the most beautiful blooms and then they don't bloom for the rest of the summer. So I wanted something that was going to bloom all year round. So when I saw this, I'm like, this is perfect. Perfectly sized for rock gardens and border fronts. So I have a great plan for these. So I got a couple of those. And then, shockingly, more marigolds. And then I also got some petunias as well, some purple ones. Not really quite sure where I'm going to put these yet, but we have so many places to put them. We will find a spot. All right, so now on to the vegetable plants. All right, so we did end up getting all of our vegetable plants, I believe, for the garden this year. Oh, my flat over here, I don't know if I mentioned, was all from the Amish greenhouse as well. And my vegetable plants I all got from the Amish greenhouse as well. I actually think the only thing that I got at the Mount Vision greenhouse was my blueberry bushes. And then I also got a chamomile plant. So chamomile is really good because you can harvest the flowers that bloom on them and dry them. And it says here that dried flowers used for tea as an aid for digestion and is gentle sleep inducer. So here you go. I got the Roman one, chamomile. So I'm pretty excited to try this. I've heard good things, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. So there is the chamomile. All right, so vegetables. I got a New Ace sweet bell pepper. And what I usually do, and I'll show you when we plant these out, is I'm going to actually take the tops off. I'm just going to break them right off. So I'll do it on this one quick, like that. I know it seems so scary. Trust me, when I did it the first time, I'm like, absolutely no way. But I did an experiment last year where most of them I did take the tops off and the other ones I didn't. The other ones that I didn't got taller, but they didn't produce as much fruit on them as the ones that I had to top them off. Topping them off, you can see on this one, you can try to. You see that itty bitty thing right in there? That is a leaf that's going to come out. So you'll have shoots come in between. So when you top them like that, it's going to get, it may stay a little shorter, but it's going to get more bushier and it's going to produce even more fruit. And it really did work for me last year. So that is something that when we plant them out, I will do that to all of them this year because it seemed to really work. So you can see a little bit better right there. You see him? Right in the armpit of the flower, of the plant. So yeah, okay, so we got the bell pepper here. I believe I may have gotten a couple, but I'll check. And then we also got yellow squash and zucchini. So this year, I only got one of each. The first time that I planted in my big raised bed, or my big ground garden, I had planted a few and I didn't really get a good harvest. But that year as well was also extremely wet. I could not keep up with the leaves. This was before I had a woven weave fabric. And it was just impossible. I did not have good luck. The plants were all stunted. They didn't do anything. So the next year, last year, I doubled, maybe even tripled my zucchini and squash harvest because we love zucchini and squash, so I wanted an abundance. Well, last year was a very, very good year, and I had zucchini and squash coming out my ears. I could not get rid of it to save my life. Like, anybody I would, you want squash and zucchini? Here, take some. So we had so much. So this year, again, I'm doing an intentional gardening, so I'm going to only plant what I think we're going to use. So I only got 4 of each, I believe. Well, this one has 2. Oh, I got a good deal on that. I have 2 of these have 2 in them, so good to go. With the abundance I had last year, I did freeze it, and as of, I think, last month, I think we may still have a couple more packages. We still use it and it still tastes super good. So, this is Table Ace. This is my acorn squash. We love acorn squash. Put some butter, brown sugar, delicious. All right, what do we got here? We got a Magic Lantern pumpkin. They only had one variety at the Amish store. I do want to get more because a good portion of my garden, I do want to grow pumpkins again. Last year we grew pumpkins. We got probably like 25, 30 pumpkins, and they were huge. It was so fun. All right, so the next is my favorite, and that is the jalapenos. We love jalapeno. Well, I love jalapenos. My husband, he likes them if it's in certain things, but things that I like to make with jalapenos is cowboy candy, or candied jalapeno is what some people may know it as. So I do make a bunch of that. I'm also going to can jalapenos as well because we do like to have gatherings and get-togethers, go places and have get-togethers. And one thing that I do like to make is called a jalapeno popper dip. And we make that quite a bit, if not all the time that we have a get-together. So I do like to have jalapenos on standby. So I actually got 1, 2, 3, 5 4-packs of jalapenos. So hopefully that'll be enough. Yes, so here is the other sweet pepper that we got. It's the same thing, new Ace. All right, so we got that. And then my husband likes eggplant. I've never had it before, but he wanted me to try, so we did get an eggplant. I think I actually got this from the Mount Vision greenhouse. I think so. We got a ton of different varieties of lettuce. Got this. One year I did plant lettuce. Last year I did not. The year before I did. And I don't know if it was because of the variety or maybe I let it go too long, but it kind of it didn't really have that fresh lettuce taste that you get from the store. So I think maybe I had let it grow too big. So I want to try it again. So the next one that I got is the iceberg lettuce. I did believe I've got a couple of those. And then I also wanted to do a variety of some red and green lettuce as well. I don't think that these have a tag on them, so it doesn't really say specifically what variety it is. All right, what do we got here? Oh, yes. Also, we got a couple of the pickling cucumbers. So again, we do like, I like dill pickles. I like to make into dill pickles. I also like, I think my husband likes like the bread and butter pickles. So we do like to have pickles, especially when making dill pickle pizza. Delicious. All right, and last but not least, tomatoes. And again, we like tomatoes. We like fresh tomatoes, but last year I think I did like 16 or 18 tomato plants, and that was too much for us. It's just me and my husband here that lives here permanently, and we just don't go through as much. I have not mastered doing salsa or spaghetti sauce yet. It's something that I am interested in doing, but I just haven't gotten there yet. But we do like fresh tomatoes to have like in salads, sandwiches, salad, or like pasta salads, macaroni salads, things like that. So one of my favorite tomatoes is the Jetstar tomato. So I got 2 4-packs of the Jetstar tomatoes, so 8 plants will be plenty for us. So one thing with the tomato that I'll do is you'll see here, sometimes it's good to have armpit foliage and sometimes it's not. So tomatoes, I do not. So what I do is I go in and actually take them off, only because it's going to put its energy into these armpit leaves rather than putting it into the fruit itself. And it'll kind of be more bushy, where I like mine to go straight up and take as much of the bottom also out. So another thing you'll see, I'm trying to get it so you guys can see. The other thing that's nice about these, you see these little hairs at the bottom of the stem? If you plant at least up to here, you could probably even take this off. Take that off. Plant like up to here. All of these little hairs turn into roots. So the deeper you can go with them, you'll have a better root system. It'll be better when it is in the ground and it is standing up. I do trellis mine, but it'll just have a heavier root system and a nice heavier stem. So we'll take those bottom ones off and get those planted. We do have a heavy frost coming on Wednesday. It's going to be like 29 degrees at night, so definitely cannot plant these out probably for another couple weeks. Our last frost is at the end of May, and it is May 15th. So we still have a little bit before we can plant these out, but I'll keep them in my bathtub when it gets cold. All right, so that is it for the plants part of it. One thing that I do have back here is potatoes. So we had went to Tractor Supply in the beginning of the year, and they had a bunch of potatoes, but I wasn't procrastinating, but I'm like, I'm not ready for potatoes. We don't need it now. I'd have to store them and all of that. So I waited. So over the weekend, we went to Tractor Supply, and I had looked for them and I couldn't find them anywhere. They were kind of stashed like at the bottom of one of the aisles, and there was only 5 bags left. So, and they were only Yukon Gold, which is fine. We do really like Yukon Golds, but I kind of wanted more of a variety this year. So me, the person I am, instant panic, just grabbed all 5 of them and was like, this is what we're doing this year. I went and checked at Lowe's. They didn't have any potatoes when we were there. So my mindset was, this is the last time I'm probably going to be able to find potatoes. So I'm going to grab them all. So that's what I did. I still have Adirondack Blue potatoes. I did weigh those, and there's about 4 pounds of those left. So I will plant all of them along with my Yukon Golds, and that'll be our potatoes for this year. Kind of bummed that we won't have a variety, but that's my bad, and at least we'll have some potatoes to eat on. Another thing that we had gotten is I got 2 ferns. Our porch is going to be a covered porch, and I wanted to have some greenage on the porch, so I got these. They're good in shaded areas, so I got those. And then I also got this clematis. It is called a bee jumbly. I'll bring it closer. This is what it's called. That's what it's going to look like. Isn't it pretty? I have a trellis that my husband got me. It's blue. It has a horse on it. It's so pretty. So by our barn is where I want to put it, and this will trellis right up it, and it's going to be so pretty. So I wanted to find a vining one, and that's the one that I like the most. So, all right. So let me bring you closer and show you these blueberries. All right, so here is our blueberries. So aren't they so beautiful? They're already probably a few feet high. This variety is called Duke. Let me get you closer. You can see the blueberries. Look at all the blueberries. How exciting. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this is the description on the Duke blueberries. It says blooms late but ripens early, protecting the blossoms from spring frost. Its light blue, medium size, mildly sweet fruit is ideal for eating fresh. Increase fruiting by planting a second variety. So this is good for zone 3 through 7. The height is 4 to 6 feet and the season is early. Clearly very early. It's already blooming. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me over the weekend and going to the couple greenhouses. It was a great time. I could probably spend all day just looking around at everything. So again, happy Mother's Day to everybody, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope you guys have a great week, and happy planning. Bye.